Mic'd up.
From
That was like
Lowlifes.
perfection that time.
Yeah. Hey, you're like
Highlights
1 for 10.
from
That's good.
Lowlifes.
Only took you a
Welcome
year.
everybody.
How many episodes? 54
Uh,
episodes.
we're into our second year now, episode
Yeah.
53. Okay.
53.
Took a
And
year.
Rob got it right the first second.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway. That's all. We got one.
Welcome to Highlights from Lowlifes. We took a week off because we deserve it. Damn it, we've done 52
Amen.
shows, and it was time for a break. But we're
Hi.
back.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, and we're back with a very, very serious topic tonight. Top 5 fictional movie and TV coaches and managers. This should create some epic disagreements amongst the panel. We have a flood of comments in tonight from our listeners. The usual suspects have all chimed in.
Oh,
Um,
a flood
I
meaning 6 people, maybe.
I don't know. There's actually a flood because remember, Terry, nobody can just do it in one take. They have to send 3 or 4 messages in
That's
30
right.
seconds. So we'll be playing all those, and I'm sure that there will be some crossover. I, for one, have actually avoided baseball tonight. I'm going to go with all of the
Okay.
other sports.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. But welcome to the show. Again, we're a Bay Area based group of senior baseball players that are doing this for fun, and the Mic'd Up Network thought we were appealing. They put us on the air, and our sponsor, Almanac Brewing, check out my new hat. Um, they have agreed to give us beer, and we'll try it out on the air and let you know what we think of it. In most cases, we like it. Occasionally, maybe not.
No, you love it.
Well,
That's what
You,
Oh,
you
I
don't
love
just
that's
like
why
it.
we
You
give you.
love
That's
it.
why we give you the good stuff.
it's
That's
not
right.
that we dislike anything. We just think someone else might appreciate it more.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We're testing the products for other people. That's okay. All right.
Right. So we give our honest opinions, and those people hear it and they go and buy it because they think that we gave them a decent um but
Bullshit.
You forgot the word.
whatever I'm trying to
Recommendation.
thank you.
Pardon me.
The BS is a little so thick I couldn't think.
Well, I think we need to dive right in with this very serious topic again. Top 5 movie and television coaches and managers, as you see them. Um, your criteria is what is used. I'm not going to push you in one direction or the other. Marty, let's start with you.
Okay. Well, the thing about coaches, managers, is that they're leaders, and they have to inspire and train, and usually they do it by oratory. So what I've done tonight is gone through my favorite coaches and some of the profound, deep, motivating statements that they've made in their careers.
Ooh, this will be good. This will be good.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So we're going to start with Coach Brickma in Rookie of the Year. Remember Coach Brickma? Yes. Okay. So he was the one that was helping our hero Henry along, and and to make him think as a major leaguer. So punctuality is important because without punctuality, time stands still. Very philosophical guy. Right? He's also the one that's trying to be a major leaguer at this level requires the 3 R's: readiness, recuperation, and conditioning. Yes. Now, after the game, some of the guys like to ice down their arms. Other guys think heat is the way to go. But what did he do? He discovered the secret: hot ice. Hot ice. He's got the best of both worlds. And then and I guess he kind of came from the old school that he was a minor league, he was on a budget, but he found a way to make ends meet as far as money goes. He would take up a cake and wrap it up in the vomit bag, and voila, tomorrow morning is breakfast.
Ah.
And and a guy that he's got to be in the top five just for his creativity and inspiration. It's Coach Brickma. So
Excellent choice.
thank thank you, thank you.
Seems to have all the qualities that you would want in a coach and a leader of young men. So,
That's
yeah. Mhm.
Didn't I just say that? Robbie, you're up.
All right. Well, it probably will come to nobody's surprise that I'm picking my number 5 guy. While Rob avoided baseball, I did for the most part, but I could not avoid this guy. Um, he's the consummate Yogi Berra type of coach. Understands baseball. Words don't come out the right way, like we saw Terry demonstrate earlier, and yet there was still this great philosophical.
I try my goodest.
Your goodest. There's still a great philosophy in the numbness of his questions, and the overall philosophy on life was, just be kind to people. And then, but his baseball acumen was 100% spot on. That would be Coach Ernie Pantuzzo from Cheers. Coach,
Yeah.
Yep.
just a good baseball mind, but a good person, even though he's a bit aloof in life. Overall, just a good guy, and you'd want to play for a guy like that. There's just no question. You'd run through a brick wall because he told you to, and you assume that he must have known what he was talking about.
Must have been really fun to write script for him because he was so Yogi Berra like.
Yeah, we lost him off that show way too soon.
He's
All
hitting
right.
hitting the head too many times.
Yeah. Try and miss me. All right. Well, Terry, Tiger.
Well, my number 5 is more of a current coach, and he was an American football coach. Went to London to pick up a soccer football team, and that would be Ted Lasso, played by Jason Sudeikis, and Coach Beard also as a duo. They're both really fun. This is a great show, and he had a lot of love. But again, damaged goods doing good.
Yeah.
I love that show. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite shows.
And I understand he made a good biscuit.
Yes. And the recipe, they released it on the internet last week.
No
way,
kidding,
really?
really?
Yeah.
Well, and I say you bring up a good point too with Coach Beard because Coach Beard understood the tactics of the game, but Ted Lasso understood people. And
Yeah.
It was a good coaching team.
yeah, so together, yeah, they were great. You were good call on that one.
They're both
And
they're both broken emotionally. Is
Excellent call, Terry. That was great. It's a fantastic show, and I love his coaching techniques. And both he and Beard are a perfect duo. So good call on that one.
Hey, who was that?
thanks.
that's one of our random callers.
The voice
They,
sounds strangely familiar.
they call in from all over the country. I mean, I'm not sure. That could have been Sandy Bullock or Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
They call in from all over the living room.
I was going to say he just misspoke. They call it from all over the county, not the country, the county.
Yeah.
Oh no.
County
Yeah,
jail.
I understand John Cusack might be listening tonight.
Okay, Webb.
All right. I'm going way back. Way back to my teenage years on TV when I'd run so I wouldn't miss the start of The White Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
Which
that's
Coach Ken Reeves, played by Ken Howard.
Ken Howard, that's right.
It wasn't so much about the basketball. It was him teaching these young men things like how to tie a tie, uh, how to tie your shoes
Shoes.
properly on the basketball court, how to deal with your first date, things like that. If you remember the script of the show, he was a former NBA player who was asked to be a high school basketball coach. He could teach basketball, but he had no idea what he was getting into. This white guy at a prominently black high school fit in well and became a father figure for all the kids. And as a teenager, I was all into that. It was a great show.
Yeah.
I think it lasted 4 years, and I watched every episode. So that's my number five.
And that's
All
plus
right.
plus
they had
reruns.
Coolidge, Washington, Jefferson, and Salami on the team.
Wow.
Which one's the Italian guy?
Coolidge.
All right. Let's go into round four. Um, Tara, start us off.
This th- this coach, he also did not want to get involved with the any of the student. He World War II veteran on the Japanese side. This would be Mr. Miyagi, Mr. Kisuke Miyagi. Oh, oh, you got your Cobra Kai
Oh.
T-shirt on? Wow.
Strategically placed.
Sweep the leg.
Yeah.
What? Sweep the leg. What, Sensei? All Karate Kid. Every movie was Pat Morita.
Yep.
Just I think we have a theme of really heartwarming coaches that really care about people and get the
Oh,
result. Get the
oh,
result.
we can change that in a second.
Yeah.
Just wait. It'll turn
Yeah, it
around.
only gets better. I know. Oh yeah, that's true. I got some doozies here. Mr. Miyagi, Robbie.
All right. I'm going to go with a non-traditional coach because it's technically he was a caddy, but he was also the one guy that could kind of keep this rambling train wreck of a human on track despite his many uh, talents and his flaws. And that is Romeo from Tin Cup, Cheech's character. Was a great coach. I mean, he was able to talk to him, and the one scene where he keeps asking for the ball, and Romeo is almost crying because he knows what this is doing. It's pretty spectacular. But he was able to talk to him and keep him kind of focused in a time when there was so many distractions, and it's a great character. I really like that guy. I think he stole the movie. So Romeo from Tin Cup,
And who was
Good
the
choice. Good choice.
who's the actor?
Cheech Marin.
Church Marin, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah. I know you're more of a Chong guy.
Where's
What
Dave? Dave's not
Dave's
here,
not
man.
here.
Dave's not here, man.
I'm Dave.
Webby, how about you go this time?
All right. Speaking of heartwarming, I'm going to go with Chubbs Peterson from Happy Gilmore, played by the late Carl Weathers. How do I take this hockey player and mold him into a golfer while I've lost my arm to an alligator? I mean, some of the finest acting he'd done since Apollo Creed. Such a believable character, somebody that everybody could relate to, or at least me. Um, Chubbs was the coach that Adam Sandler needed in the movie to be able to get past Scooter and be the golfer that he wanted to be. So I'm going to go with Chubbs as my number four pick.
That's two golf picks in the first two rounds. That's pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Marty.
Yeah, well, again, getting back to the theme of coaches being great leaders, and it's not so much what they do, but what they say. and I'm going to need your help with this because I'm pulling it, doing the bit. All they came up with is Skip. He was the coach in Bull Durham. The one thing said maybe Joe Rick, he actually had a name, but throughout the movie, I think he was just Skip. And the great thing about Skip is he's a very simple man, but he hit it. It's a miracle. It's a simple game. You
Yeah.
throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball. All right. Then, yeah, there is, and also there's always a part where he can work well with people outside the ball players, because there is one scene where he catches the girl in the place where she shouldn't be and says, "Don't take this the wrong way, Millie, but I catch you in here again, I'll ban you from the ballpark." Just being tough guys, and she pops back that you can't do that. My dad gave you the scoreboard, and he says, "What do we need a scoreboard for? We haven't scored a run all season long." I mean, just gets back to the point of the issue.
Which reminds me, there's another scene in there. I wish our friend JC could call in, and I think it's a lollygagger bit. Maybe.
Don't step on my toes. I got it right here.
Oh, I know.
What do you?
But
You lollygag the ball around the infield.
our
You
friend JC.
lollygag it down the first. You lollygag it into the out of the dugout. What does it make you? Come on, Terry. You come on. Come on, Terry. What does that make you?
Lollygaggers.
Thank you, Terry. Okay, jeez.
But
Step
I
up.
still want JC. I want our friend JC to call in.
Yeah,
And
JC
give
has
us.
a certain panache when he's doing this. Yeah. Mhm. Excellent. Well, we've completed
I'm
2
speechless.
rounds.
Yeah.
We did 2 rounds in 15 minutes. It's so unlike us.
No
But I
kidding.
have a feeling we're going to need extra time to go through all of the comments and all of the honorable mentions. But
Indeed.
Yeah.
what
But
time is it
see,
now?
I think it's time for my favorite segment, What You Drinking?
Ooh.
And of course, as always, the highlights from Lowlife Show here on Mic'd Up is sponsored by Almanac Brewing, our good friends in Alameda, California, one of America's premier craft brewers. The beers are outstanding. They have paid us with liquid gold for over a year now, and we have enjoyed every sip of it. We are all drinking different beers as usual. I am, of course, always a fan of the lager series that they make, the big, full flavored beers, yet still simple and easy to drink. And we have entered Oktoberfest season. Their Rocktoberfest is out now, and this beer is friggin' delicious. Good, strong malty flavor, hints of hop, and then it finishes really smooth and very refreshing. I drank several of these in 100+ degree heat in Lodi over the weekend, and I was never disappointed in a single sip. So that's what I'm drinking. What you guys drinking?
Well, I'm
I know you're
drinking.
dying to show us.
Well, this is the Flow Pale Ale, and I just put it like this: it puts you in the zone.
Ooh.
Marty,
Good.
what are you
Hey,
do you,
hey,
drinking?
Terry.
do you want to
Terry,
be left? You want to be
Terry,
left
does it
alone?
help you with your grammar?
Well, if I can read this, I can thank a teacher. Thank you.
Well, here in Reno, it's still a little warm today, so I had the perfect uh, way to quench my thirst, and it's with the Buenas Vibras, the
Yeah.
Mexican
Oh,
style lager,
that's good.
and again, extremely flavorful, but light and easy going. It's a perfect for a warm summer afternoon because it's still the summer. Hold off, Rob. We'll get there, but we're still the summer. So, what? Thank you, all, Mac.
Yep.
Well,
Okay. Well,
Oktoberfest has come out, so you just need to stock up early. That's all.
That's right.
Okay.
When
All
fall
right.
comes along, you'll be ready.
all right. I'm using a new beer tonight.
Ooh, tell us more.
Um, it's called Almanac's Sparkling Twilight,
That
a
seems
Sparkling.
on brand for you.
a mix of peach and apricot, real peach and apricot, in a brand new sour.
Oh
I
wow!
It's fruity, it's tart, and it's juicy, according to the top of the can here. I
Sorry.
happy
I can't
chill
say that I would drink this all the time, but I prefer it perhaps more than the cherry and the strawberry and some of the other sours that I've had.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
so you're saying it's an apricot ale, but it's not the pits?
Hey, Terry, it's not just apricot, it's peach as well.
Oh,
Peach
peach.
and apricot.
Oh,
Wow.
but not the pits.
Yeah, it's not the pit. See, that's a play on words, everyone.
See how much smarter he gets after a beer?
Why do
Look
we
at-
keep inviting him?
Mine's happy, chill, and hoppy. Marty, what does it say on the front of your can? Is there a 3?
Almanac Buenos
up
Vibras.
on the very
Almanac Buenos Vibras. Light, delicioso, crisp.
top. Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
ooh.
Crisp. Okay. Crisp. That's a
There we
difference.
go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think what these words at the top mean it equates to your personality. I'm fruity, tart, and juicy.
Oh, somebody's going to call in. All right. Somebody's going to call in and complain.
I'm happy,
So-
chill, and hoppy.
I'm bold. I'm bold, undaunting, with hints of caramel.
And there comes another call coming in. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we are careening out of control, which Almanac actually enjoys. So anyway, if you're in the Alameda, California area, stop by Almanac Brewing. It's a fabulous facility. There's a ton to do there. The beers are great, and if you tell them you heard about them from the Highlights from Low Life show, they will take pity upon you.
Thanks, Almanac.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As always, Almanac.
Okay, let's get back to our very important list of top 5 movie and TV coaches and managers. Moving to round 3, Marty, tell us who is up next. Which you were last in that round. Tell us who's
Oh,
going to
okay.
name.
Well, let's jump it right back at you. You are.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right. Well, I
Oh,
think
wait.
it's important. Okay.
We gotta what you drinking in. I want to throw it
Got
in
it.
while we're.
Oh, cool.
What am I drinking? Well, I'm piling on. I'm having Rocktoberfest as well. Love the German barley in that beer. The flavor goes well with everything, including just by itself. Rocktoberfest for me.
Good
right.
choice, Big
Thanks.
Juicy.
Thanks,
Big juicy. All right.
Random caller.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm up, and I think it's important that we recognize some of the player coaches out there. So I'm going to go with Jackie Moon from the movie Semi Pro 2008. Will Ferrell
Oh boy.
Oh,
walking the
no.
pro
Yeah.
In the ABA.
in the ABA, trying to make sure that his team. It's not all about winning. It's more about making sure you got fans in the stands. You know, if you got to, you go wrestle a bear because that'll bring people out. And I'm sure that bear won't attack you, right? And it's important to have a good basketball team with players like Woody Harrelson and Andre 3000. So I think Jackie probably wasn't so much into coaching as being the guy who would bring the team together and say, okay, what do you guys want to do? You want to play basketball, or do you want to win? You know, and then kind of let them coach themselves. So I think that was his add value, was to just walk away from any responsibility and do the things that I don't know, promotions and marketing might do. So I'm going to go with Jackie Moon as my number 3 pick.
And he had the afro with a sweatband.
Yes,
I think it's
yes.
always been a good look for
It
the 70s.
served very little purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Robbie, what you got?
All right, I'm going to go. It's a movie that we've talked about movies at different times on the show because people like that. And there's one that Marty brings up almost every time. That every time I slap my head and go, "How the hell did I forget about that movie?" So I was not going to do that this time because one of my, if not my favorite actors, was a brilliant coach in this film. He liked to coach players that wanted to play, not players that expected to play. And when the NFL went on strike and they decided to use replacement players,
Yep.
the replacements, Gene Hackman as Coach Jimmy McGinnity got together,
Yeah.
guys, which there's a line in there in the beginning goes, I've had my eye on some guys for a long time for this. So he was already thinking ahead. Um, one of my he loved to coach players that wanted to play. They loved to play for him. There's a lot of funny moments in the film that aren't necessarily around him, but he keeps that team cohesive, brings them together when there's a lot of strife inside. And then I still think though one of my favorite lines in a movie ever is when they're talking about the deaf. They have a deaf offensive lineman on their team, and he says he says like, well, at least we know we won't get an offsides on an audible. So, but I like the coaching. Boy, I thought I'd be funnier. I like the coaching style. It's a guy I'd want to play for. So far, these are all guys I'd want to play for. So Jimmy McGinnity in the replacements.
I like
Tiger.
it.
Yeah,
like-
he's on my honorable mention. Yeah.
I like
Perfect.
The Replacements. That was a fun film.
Yeah.
All right. My number 3 is someone who was in episode number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 5. Go figure. He also was in Rocky Legends. These are video games. He's famous for "You're a Bum." Mickey Goldmill from Rocky, played by
Oh.
Good pick. Good pick.
Burgess Meredith. Talking about a coach that just loved his athlete, and would do anything for him, and taught him something at the same time.
Yeah.
Mickey Goldmill from Rocky. You're a bum.
He loved his athletes. You're a bum. You'll be nothing ever.
Well, he had that old timey style. Marty, have you gone?
Not yet.
Number 3, Marty.
Okay. Forget about the curveball, Ricky. Give him a heater.
Classic.
I mean, and he again, it's the vernacular of this man was priceless. Nice catch, Hayes. Don't ever do it again.
Yeah. Don't ever do it again.
You may run like Hayes, but you hit like shit. I mean, a real inspirational coach. I mean, this is a guy you really want to get behind. And the one that I always liked it. It wasn't. He had so many fine lines in the movie. It's managed Lou Brown, of course, in Major League. But early on, I don't know. Let me get back to you, Charlie. I had a guy on the other line who's going to talk about some white walls. So,
Yeah.
and man, you get it, but it's important. He's a coach, but he keeps life in perspective, and that's a lot we can learn from in a situation like this. You guys don't buy it, huh? No.
No, absolutely.
Oh, good.
You're-
shit. Okay,
you're
I
just
could be
like-
okay.
I'm
I could be a
stunned. You're more
politician. I'm good at this.
philosophical.
I'm good at this. I could be a politician.
Marty, I'm all bought in. I'm just worried that we're going to hear all of this same stuff again when we play the comments.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing how many coaches sound like Jim Davenport. At camp, I was trying to pitch on the off day Wednesday. He's like, throw a goddamn strike. I could not. My catcher, Mr. Jim, he came back out after the next inning with a big X in white tape stuck onto his chest protector. I won't mention any names, but his initials are Jim Riolini.
So Jim Davenport, the old giant, is what Terry's talking about. He used to coach us at the fantasy camp, and he never learned anybody's name, so he'd just call you by the number on your back.
Yeah, 3.
Nice throw, 9.
My favorite thing I ever heard him say. Now we're really off track, but he yelled at a guy. He goes, "Swing that bad boy! You didn't pay $5,000 to come down here and stand around and walk.
That's right.
Swing that bat, son."
You didn't spend $5,000 to walk or to take
right.
a walk.
I think we have completed round 2.
No, that's
Or
3.
three.
That's
Or
3.
is it 3?
We're
3.
on to
Three.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The beers, the peaches and apricot are getting to me.
That's
All right.
not, but it's not the pits. Okay.
Let's go into round 2. Marty, did you finish that round? I can't remember.
Yes, I did.
All
All
right.
right.
Who's
So it's,
starting
it's
next
Terry's
round?
turn. It's Terry's turn to start round 2.
Oh,
All right.
all right. This one's probably a very popular one. We all grew up with this coach, and he had many quotes that we could recite. That's Buttermaker from Bad News Bears,
Yep.
played by Walter Matthau.
Yeah.
He's
Just,
probably on all of our lists.
Yep. He may have bumped your honorable mention up.
All I know is the team we win, it's a team win. When we lose, it's a team loss.
That's good.
Now get back in the stands, but sure, before I shave off half your mustache and shove it up your left nostril.
Webb.
All right. I'm very excited to present my number 2 pick. When we're talking about these, we tend to go with the big 4 sports, but I'm gonna go off track a little bit because I think every good dodgeball player deserves a good coach. In 2004 dodgeball movie, the coach Patches O'Houlihan, played by famous actor Rip Torn, he taught us that if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Dodge a ball.
All right. What are the 5 Ds?
I can't remember all 5 Ds. What do you got there, Marty? You know them?
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Dodge is in there twice. He cheated.
Did you say dodge twice?
He did. Says dodge twice.
He says if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge anything. He throws a wrench at him, hits him right in the forehead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Marty, do you remember? He wasn't good with names either. Like we talked about Jim Davenport.
Yeah.
What was the name that Patches basically called anybody who didn't follow his instructions? Shit stain.
That's right. Can someone catch a damn ball? Looks like a bunch of recharge trying to a doorknob out there.
Again, a classic movie,
Yeah.
quite the drama. For those of you looking for something that might bring a tear to your eye, please see Dodgeball from 2004 with Patches O'Houlihan.
There's some
All
funny.
right.
That's a funny quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robbie, what do you got?
Well, Lou Brown got taken off the board, and Patches O'Houlihan got taken off the board. So now I got to go back to Hackman.
Hey, Rob, can I?
Yeah.
I want to mention why I chose Patches O'Houlihan. We got the idea for this show when Robert Griffin III, our G3, made a Twitter post and used this topic in his post, and he chose Patches O'Houlihan as his number 4. So just throwing that out there. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Robbie.
Always following in the shadow of RG3, aren't you?
That's correct. Yeah.
Well, Hackman as Coach Norman Dale in Hoosiers,
Yeah.
Yes.
the coach seeking redemption for himself, breaking down those kids that had their way, and that whole town had that mindset of the Indiana basketball, and they all they did was shoot. And he came in and taught fundamentals. He taught defense, broke down the kids, kicked off a star player, kicked off one of the star players, moved on without the other star. But obviously, the star player that he moved on without came to that city council meeting and said, "I don't play if coach doesn't coach," and off we went where they made their wild ride, and that's based on a true story, making their wild ride to the state championship and winning it. But Coach Norman Dale obviously was a fictitious character, but I just like the strength, the spine, the fortitude that he showed against massive amounts of odds. Never took it out on the kids. Helped where he could. You know, he was it's the tough love kind of thing. So, and Hackman's awesome. So I'll go with Coach Norman Dale again. Not funny, but honest.
And you mentioned everything, but I thought, except what I thought was most poignant, and he had Dennis Hopper played the
Oh, yeah.
drunk, and
Right.
intentionally got himself thrown out of a game, so Dennis Hopper would have to stand up and lead the club at the end of the ball game.
So his
And
son could be proud of him.
right,
Yep.
right, yeah, and so give him some dignity. So
Yep.
that was the one scene. Yeah, you were correct in everything you said, but that was the one scene that stood out to me more than anything else.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great point. I'm glad you mentioned
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you go next then?
Okay. Well, like I said, you guys are bunches of so because you took Buttermaker, you took Patches,
Oh,
you know you took both sides of Gene Hackman. So what do I got left? A a coach that religion, faith was the key to his success. And I'd like to repeat that prayer now if we could. May our feet be swift,
Oh yeah.
our backs mighty, and our balls be plentiful. Lord, I'd like to thank you for that waitress in South Bend. You know, she kept screaming your name. These are good girls and they work hard. Help them to see their way through. Now, what more inspirational leadership than you need than that? And by the way, I loved you in The Wizard of Oz.
There's no crying in baseball.
I got that one here too. For what? Hey, didn't I tell you that hat on your head? It looks like a little. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, you look like a little dickhead with a condom. And there's
Okay.
oh,
Come
these
on,
are
there.
all-
We do
these
have
are-
Terry.
these are
We
all
have censors.
quotes, by the way.
We have censors, Terry.
No, these are quotes. This is not us saying them. I'm just repeating what was said on the film.
I see.
Don't
So,
get
yeah,
get the clap. That's good advice.
That's
Yeah.
good advice.
See, I said he was just looking after his fellow man. He's a very religious, giving person.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was totally misunderstood in the movie. I really do.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
All right.
Tom Hanks is one of my favorite
We have
actors.
completed round 2, right?
Yep.
Well, what happens next? Rob?
Oh,
I take a break.
Hey, Webb. What
Yeah.
what other mic'd up shows are there?
Well, thank you for asking. I mean, it isn't that hard to spend a few minutes making sure that people are watching the other shows on this platform, right, Terry?
Such
I
as
do.
Well, we have a brand new show.
Ooh.
AJ Rovner has a new show that premiered last week. His second episode was this morning. AJ is a broadcast journalism graduate from Penn State University and works in client services with the New York Football Giants. And this morning, he interviewed Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker, along with a few of AJ's friends. They uh, grilled Stephen, and Stephen told several awesome stories about his time with the Giants and playing for Bill Parcells. So
Wow.
tune in for AJ's show. You want to see the two that he's done. They're in the archives, and when he gets a show posted, be sure to follow him, and then folks will be able to see any announcements of future shows for him.
I'll be curious to hear about the coach that coached the 3-on-3 basketball. Who would that be?
Oh, well,
Wow.
that's
Uh,
NBA legend Rick Barry.
Terry's a better
come
segue than that
on.
three-wheel thing.
Gee,
So,
that was a setup. I can see that. Come on.
so Rob, do you see what this is? This is teamwork. So NBA legend.
he just handed it off to you, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
There was no, go on.
Okay, what
NBA
teamwork?
legend
What
Rick
great
Barry.
teamwork.
Again, NBA legend Rick Barry and his co-host Cyrus have a show that is not on a regular schedule, but when it is posted, they do probably 2 shows a month, and the shows are everything NBA, ABA, Olympics. They'll talk about the 3-on-3 league that Rick is currently coaching in. It's a great show if you want to learn more about the Warriors and what's going on locally. And Rick does not mince words. He will tell you what he really thinks. So, again, use that microphone within the app to leave a question or comment for Rick, and he will respond. Terry, what's my next prompt?
Well, I was just wondering if are you a Rawlings guy or an Easton guy?
I'm an Easton guy.
Oh, is there anybody that
Yes, my good
has
friend
any
Jim
knowledge?
Darby, former executive with Easton, has a show
Really?
called The Jim Darby Show, strangely enough. And Jim's show actually occurred earlier today. And you got to watch this one. Jim talks about the battles he had in Congress to defend the company and its aluminum bats against being outlawed at the Little League, high school, and college levels.
Oh, wow.
And the politics that went
Wow.
along with that. A lot of dirty dealings, backroom dealings in the nation's capital and in various states that lawsuits were brought against Easton.
So were
There
the
was
other
never any
companies
definitive proof that aluminum bats caused any more damage than wood bats, but in the world of politics, sometimes that doesn't matter. So take a listen to that show in the archive. You'll love it.
Wow. Wow.
Terry, next prompt.
Well, no, I was just gonna say I remember selling Easton baseball bats when I was younger, and they had the hottest bat on the market, and they're probably trying to save that market.
Yep.
Is there any baseball players that have a show?
No.
Just us, you mook.
But aren't you saving the
All right,
worst
I'll
for
finish this
last?
up by myself.
Aren't
The worst
The
for last.
Florida Sports Hall of Fame with John Rieger and Barry Smith. Barry Smith's a former NFL player. John's a PGA pro, but what they have in common is affiliation with the Florida Sports Hall of Fame. Barry is actually a member, and John is an executive director. And the two of them host a show on the network where they interview members of the Hall of Fame, like Wade Boggs and Fred Biletnikoff and Jan Stevenson. They just did recently. It's great to hear these folks. They're asked questions that you wouldn't normally hear in a standard interview. We get to hear about what they're doing today and what their Florida sports experience was like. So take a listen when you see the Florida Sports Hall of Fame show come up. I think it's called Hall of Fame Classics. So, and what's the last show? We have some friends that have a show on this network.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
Something like the Yonkers? That's close. Junkers.
It's
Junkers.
Yankees coast to
Yeah, that's
coast.
it. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Our friends Mike Miller and Adam
I see.
Schneider.
Those are not baseball people. They're
Mike is
just
on the West Coast, Adam's on the East Coast, and each week they talk Yankee baseball. But they also throw in a few fun topics, and you got to tune in tomorrow because they will make an argument that baseball should be in the Olympics and that perhaps breakdancing should not be in the Olympics.
Wasn't that already decided?
I hear that it has been, but yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
I overstepped. Sorry.
So their show is
that-
quite timely. We're going to argue about something that's already happened.
I was under the
They
impression
didn't know that when they posted their show,
Okay,
but
fair
I want to
enough.
hear the arguments anyway because I can't believe breakdancing was ever considered to be a sport. But okay, all right. All right.
I
was
Let's
under
get
the
back
I was
into
under the
our
impression
finale here.
I was under the impression that baseball and softball were not included if the country didn't have a professional league or was popular. And they weren't going to build stadiums just for
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure there's
That
some
was-
weird reason why a very, very popular sport is not used in the Olympics, but there's breakdancing. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a reason.
And then they go to Los Angeles next Olympics, and now there's no breakdancing.
Why bother? Why bother?
I mean, yeah, you sound disappointed.
I mean, I have to admit, they're very skilled artists, but boy, that was. Yeah,
All right.
He ran inside. He went next door. And they stole the candy.
That was supposed to be the Carol Burnett theme. I'm so glad we had this time together.
I'm not sure what that was.
And don't forget Robbie, you gotta tug your earlobe.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Hey, say who finished that round?
Short-term memory. Sorry, we
Yeah, I think it was hours ago. Okay,
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, it
I will
was.
start round number 1. Let's get this over with, and then we can play out all of these comments.
Please.
I'm going to go with another player coach, Reg Dunlop from Slapshot, played by Paul Newman. I don't know that he was really a coach. He did make some of the player personnel decisions, like he recruited the Hanson brothers, so that was
Yeah,
good.
the Hanson brothers.
Yeah, it's always important to have 3 guys who can't see but wear foil on their knuckles. So yeah, he knew what the
I listened to
team
a
needed.
friggin' song. I listened to a friggin' song.
Well, we'll probably never get to the callers now. Marty's on a roll.
But Reg was he was more than just a coach. He knew what the team needed to do to remain in town and make money. He was aware of his surroundings and did what needed to be done to. It wasn't about winning; it was about being a spectacle. So I'll go with Reg.
So that you've got Jackie Moon and Reggie Dunlop, who are basically the same guy.
That's correct.
Nice pick.
They both have huge froze and wear ice skates.
One time.
All right, Marty, what do you got for number 1?
Number 1, it should not be a surprise to anybody who knows me. And I've put you guys through this many, many times, and I'll put you through it again. He was the manager. He could be the player manager for the St. Louis Wolves. And he's talking to the new recruit about the strange names, peculiar names of the guys on the team. And of course, we're talking about Bud Abbott, Lou Costello, and who's on first. It shouldn't, like I said, it shouldn't be surprise anybody. I put you all through it many times. And Terry, thank you again for the gift. It's in a prominent spot in my home, but it's a classic. It always has been. It always will be. And as long as I'm around, you're still going to have to suffer through it. So there you go.
But who's the manager?
I hate you, and because of that, you go next.
All right, man. I was going back and forth on two guys, and I thought one of them was going to get picked, and he didn't get picked. So I probably should lean towards that one. And I think that's the coach. I think we've all coached at some point or another at different levels of competition and such. But I think we've all coached, and this is the guy I think is the coach we all wish we could be. None of us have it in us, but I think we all wish we were this guy, and that would be Coach Eric Taylor from Friday Night Lights, the series.
Oh, the series.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, not Billy Bob. None of us want to be that
Not
guy.
my Billy Bob.
But Coach Taylor, being a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a disciplinarian when he had to be, a father. That guy is a master motivator. Um, and that character is really well written. And I found out about that show that they basically, and it speaks to the quality of the acting because it's a pretty good show, especially those first three seasons. It's really good. The director would come in and say, "We're starting at this point in the scene, and we need to get to this point in the scene." And he let them speak as though they thought their characters would speak, the words they would use. It wasn't scripted. It was we have to get from point A to point B together.
Oh,
And
they improv. They
Oh.
improv the whole a lot
yeah,
of the
Pretty much,
scenes.
which
yeah.
yeah, and that I mean he's your dream coach in my opinion. And that's from a character that he basically took and molded into something pretty incredible. So that's Kyle Chandler playing Coach Taylor. Wow, I went serious with all five of my picks. I'm very disappointed in me.
I mean, people look to you for humor. What the hell?
Yeah, I have a soft side.
Got a soft.
Bonnie, could you chime in and see if there really is a soft side? We would like to know.
It's still soft
Hey,
right there
okay.
on the top of your forehead.
We have what might be a controversial call-in from random caller JC.
I tuned in just as Robbie was going into his other items on the mic'd up app, so I had to turn it off and go get some food. We're at Richie T's.
Huh?
All right. Well. All right. So we're going to go from Coach Taylor to JC to Marty Brown.
Who's on first? What's on second?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
you
who's on
did
first.
it.
He went.
Yeah,
He went.
that's right.
already.
But you never did say the manager's name.
I don't think he doesn't have a name.
Who had a manager?
Oh God!
Okay.
Please stop.
All right, Webby.
Abbott.
I already went. I started the round.
Wait, it's
Well, then somebody just say, "I'm the last guy."
I'm the last.
You're the
guy.
last guy.
You're the last. He's the last guy.
Lou Costello was the new manager.
Was a new.
And he was explaining to
player.
Abbott what
Oh
their
God, no!
Hey Terry, why don't you go with your number one pick?
All right. Oh, is it my turn? So, Jimmy Dugan was my number one. So I went into my honorable mentions, and I chose Hayden Fox from the TV show Coach.
Coach. Yeah.
And how could you go wrong with Craig T. Nelson as coach and Jerry Van Dyke as the assistant coach? Good old Jerry Van Dyke.
He
like of course, Coach Hayden was what is he? Married, divorced, had a daughter, and didn't know how to handle his daughter. And getting advice from Jerry Van Dyke, who was a bachelor. So it was very fun. So Hayden Fox from the TV show. Oh, and Shelley Fabre was a female interest.
Yeah, she was hot.
She was a babe.
Yeah. Thought I'd throw that in.
And,
All
and
right.
Bill,
Hey,
don't forget Bill Fagerbach as the
watch your
assistant
language.
coach.
Watch
That's
your
his
language.
name. What do you want me to say? Jeez.
what'd you call me? All right, gang. We are running long. we were doing well for a while there. We got 8,000 comments in here.
Cool.
Robbie, can you play these in? I think
Sure.
we got Chris Mackay from Mic'd Up itself. The CTO of Mic'd Up has responded.
I want to play this because after this show, he may not have the same sentiment.
Hey guys, it's Chris from Mic'd Up here. Just like to say I really appreciate your efforts over the last year, and I enjoy your shows. Thanks, bye.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kudos for the boss. There we
Again,
go.
I'll check with him tomorrow, see if he's still on the same page.
Yeah, I was going to say, and with that, that's the last time he ever called in. All right. This is M. Miller.
Michael Miller, Yankees Coast to Coast, chiming in from Canada today.
Ooh.
Here are some
Hey,
assistant
Poppy.
coaches I think that were really good. Robert Wall in Bull Durham. Jack
Good call.
Warden, not from Brian's song, but from Heaven Can Wait with Warren Beatty.
Good pick.
I would
Good
also
pick.
have to go with Dennis Hopper.
Hoosiers, right?
He definitely would make my list as a basketball coach in Hoosiers. That's my first three. I'll give you two more in a second. And finally, the last two coaches, Charles Durning, who was the guy who convinced the running back to take the shot in North Dallas 40. And then I think I'll go with Jerry Van Dyke from the TV show Coach. Some of those guys were actually really good, and some of them were useless as coaches. But I think I gave 5 coaches that I think were really good, all-time characters from movies and TVs.
All the supporting
That's good.
actors.
That was
they
good.
Really,
That's
they
good list.
round
Yeah.
out the shows.
Well, Canada's made him soft.
Boo.
All right. Big Juicy checks in.
Well, starting off at number 5, who else could take a young Rocky Balboa and turn him into a world champ boxer? None other than Mickey Goldmill, played by Burgess Meredith. Number 4 would be Lou Brown, whipping together those misfits and underdogs, the Cleveland Indians, in the movie Major League. And number 3 would be the Emmy Award-winning Kyle Chandler, playing Coach Eric Taylor in the TV series Friday Night Lights.
All right. He's on a roll so far.
Yeah.
Continuing on to number 2 would be Gordon Bombay, played by Emilio Estevez, in the Mighty Duck movie trilogy. A youth hockey team coach, and also he revived his hockey career, getting to a high level of minor league play. Number 1, I'm stretching the topic just a little bit, a fictionalized rendition of an actual coach, Coach Herman Boone in Remember the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, my honorable mentions, I have a player that was actually a player that they made a film out of, but we could talk about
That's illegal. Totally illegal.
All right, I'll strike that. But I still have one more. I still have one more honorable mention. Go on.
Okay. Well, we got a what you drinking that slipped in there in the middle that we missed.
Oh, bummer.
What you drinking?
Thanks.
Almanac. Rocktoberfest 2024 edition, just out. It's beautiful. What can I say? Cheers, boys.
Yeah, get it
It
while
looks
it's
like
fresh.
he was struggling to open that can.
Yeah.
A load of a hangover.
I think he went back to 1970 and his mind was trying to do a pull tab. All right. JC continues on.
JC here. Number 5, Ernie Pantuso, the coach from Cheers. Nicholas Colestano, former pitching coach for the Red Sox. Mayday Sam Malone. Number 4, Morris Buttermaker, Walter Matthau, former minor league pitcher and manager of the Bad News Bears. More to follow.
All right, he's doing good so far.
JC back with number 3, Red Blow, who was Richard Farnsworth, bench coach of the New York Knights. Number 2 would be Pop Fisher, Wilford Brimley, manager of the New York Knights.
Should have been a
And number 1, who else could it be? Lou Brown, James Gammon, manager Cleveland Indians. Take it to them, boys.
I think if he keeps doing that, he's going to talk like that in real life.
Yeah. I'd like to see him do that in court.
Your Honor. What this guy did was lollygag.
All right. We've got one more. It's Ezra von Mermelschwanz.
Ezra von Mermelschwanz from Yankees Coast to Coast. We've got Maury Buttermaker from Bad News Bears, because nobody does it better than Walter Matthau. Pop Fisher from The Natural, because he spits brown water like nobody's business. Eric Taylor from Friday Night Lights, because he has the best looking wife. And Yo Mick, the great Mickey Goldmill from Rocky. And last but not least,
You're a bum.
from Miyagi-Do Karate, Mr. Miyagi.
I think he hit at least one from all of us.
Yeah. Very impressive. Ezra. Very impressive.
What show is he on?
Those guys. He's on that show.
Associated with Yankees Coast to Coast.
You keep that up, Chris is going to call back again.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We got a few minutes to do some honorable mentions. What do you got?
Okay, how about this one? Clint Eastwood, Gunny in Heartbreak Ridge. He was the DI
as a coach,
drill instructor. Remember, he had all the heart, but he was all yelling and screaming and all that.
See, Rob, it's like shooting in the Olympics. Yeah.
Some people need complete all the technology, and some guys just need a T-shirt and a pair of glasses. Webb, any HMs?
George Knox in Angels in the Outfield. Coach Darren Goddard in Blades of Glory.
Oh, brother.
Harry Hogg from Days of Thunder, because everybody needs to have a driving instructor. Yeah. Let's see. One more here. Joe Barker, Coach Joe Barker from Air Bud, because it's always important to teach a dog how to shoot baskets. Next, Marty.
All right, there's one, and I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel on this one. Danny O'Shea from the Little Giants.
Oh, right.
Rick Moranis. Yeah.
Rick Moranis. Yeah. That's right.
Man, he was really young in that.
Robbie?
Right. I've got three. Walter Burns, as played by Russell Crowe in Mystery Alaska.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
good one. Oh,
yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
I had that on VHS.
Yeah.
That I believe. You seem like a Betamax kind of guy.
I'm drinking here. Come on.
All right, and then another one. I mean, this guy was serious business. Whether he was coaching his first fighter or the one he helped later on, that was Duke from Rocky. He started with Apollo Creed, and then he went with Rocky, and he was all business all the time. Remember, quit all that showing off shit and get this done. So Duke from Rocky, and then lastly, Henry Winkler, of course, in The Waterboy as Coach Klein. Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Good choices. Good choices.
Yeah. So there we go.
All right. I think we've hit rock bottom again.
Yeah.
That was in the first 3 minutes.
Hey, it's true. It's true.
We ain't Lowlifes for nothing. Come on.
No.
We will be back here next week. Heaven help us with a new topic. Be 6:00 Pacific time on Wednesdays. That's what we're doing for right now. It seems to be working for us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Lay us out.
Highlights from Lowlifes.
This Oktoberfest is really good. I'm not gonna